Excuse me. I am standing right outside the leafy gates of Bryant Park on 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street in Midtown Manhattan for the very first time. And I want to walk across the wide green lawn and find the best quiet reading spot in the whole park like a local, but I do not know what to say in English.
Hi, I am Emma. Today's English is slow and easy. Just relax and listen along. Have you ever walked through the leafy gates of a packed legendary green park? Looked across a wide green lawn full of people stretched out softly in the warm afternoon light? And just frozen? The wide green lawn glowing softly under the warm sun, the leafy London plane trees swaying gently above the quiet reading chairs, the Fountain Terrace glowing softly in the warm afternoon light, the gentle music of Le Carrousel drifting softly across the wide green lawn, the warm wide stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill glowing softly behind the lawn, friendly park workers walking softly between the leafy London plane trees, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across the busy sidewalks of 6th Avenue. And you thought, I want the best quiet reading spot in this whole park. But how do I even ask? Where do the locals actually sit? What if I sound like a clueless tourist? Today, Hannah is going to walk through the leafy gates of one of the most iconic green parks in all of Midtown Manhattan. Bryant Park on 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street, right behind the New York Public Library. Wide green lawn, quiet reading chairs, leafy London plane trees, Fountain Terrace, outdoor reading room, historic Le Carrousel, Bryant Park Grill, Bank of America Winter Village ice rink in winter, the whole heart of Midtown packed into one legendary green park behind the New York Public Library. And here is the magic part. Hannah is going to use one tiny, polite phrase with a friendly Bryant Park worker that will turn a packed green lawn into her personal Bryant Park afternoon and score her the best quiet reading spot in the whole park. You can use this exact phrase the next time you want the best quiet spot at any park, anywhere in the world. So grab your tote bag. Let us head into Bryant Park. Welcome back to Easy English with Emma. Today, Hannah is starting her warm bright afternoon hour on the sidewalk of 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street in Midtown Manhattan, stepping in from the busy sidewalk beneath the leafy London plane trees into the legendary green park of Bryant Park. In front of her, the leafy gates of Bryant Park, the wide green lawn stretching wide and full beneath the warm afternoon sun, the quiet reading chairs scattered softly across the warm stone paths, the leafy London plane trees swaying gently overhead, the Fountain Terrace glowing softly in the warm afternoon light, the gentle music of Le Carrousel drifting softly across the wide green lawn, the warm wide stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill glowing softly behind the green lawn, the outdoor reading room tucked softly along the warm stone paths, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across the park, friendly Bryant Park workers walking softly between the leafy London plane trees, the warm marble back wall of the New York Public Library glowing softly behind the park, and the warm cinematic old New York afternoon atmosphere filling the whole green park. She has 3 missions. 1. Walk into the leafy gates of Bryant Park and ask a friendly park worker about the famous quiet reading chairs. 2. Walk across the warm stone paths to the Fountain Terrace and ask a friendly Bryant Park worker for the best quiet reading spot in the whole park. 3. Find the warm leafy corner near the outdoor reading room and ask a friendly older Bryant Park worker for the best Midtown Manhattan afternoon tips. In the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, walking into a packed legendary green park like Bryant Park can feel overwhelming. Wide green lawn, hundreds of locals stretched out, leafy London plane trees, quiet reading chairs scattered across the warm stone paths. But do not worry. With the right polite phrases, even the busiest park worker at Bryant Park will smile and share the best quiet reading spot in the whole park. By the end of this video, you will be able to walk into a real New York City green park like Bryant Park with confidence. Use the magic phrase to ask a friendly park worker for the best quiet reading spot in the whole park, not just any chair. Talk about real Midtown Manhattan park life. Green lawn, reading chairs, London plane trees, Fountain Terrace, reading room, Carrousel, Bryant Park Grill, Bank of America Winter Village. In simple, natural English, and enjoy Bryant Park like a real Midtown Manhattan local. Ready? Let us step into Bryant Park. Here are today's 5 Bryant Park key phrases. Repeat each one after me. Nice and slow. Key phrase 1. Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park? Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park? Beautiful. This is today's magic phrase. Use it with a friendly park worker at Bryant Park. Or any worker at any park, garden, or library in the world. Instead of, where can I sit? Or is anywhere free? You are asking for the best quiet reading spot in the whole park. Suddenly that park worker becomes your personal Bryant Park afternoon guide. Key phrase 2. What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park? What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park? Lovely. Use this with any friendly worker at Bryant Park. Asking about the best way to enjoy. Instead of just, what do I do? Invites the worker to share the real story behind the wide green lawn, the leafy London plane trees, the outdoor reading room, the historic Carrousel, the Bryant Park Grill, and the long history of the legendary Green Park behind the New York Public Library on 6th Avenue. Key phrase 3. Could you recommend the perfect afternoon pairing? Could you recommend the perfect afternoon pairing? Great. Use this near the Fountain Terrace of Bryant Park. A small open question turns a quiet park worker into a whole afternoon of Bryant Park tips. The perfect reading chair and coffee combo, the warm stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill, the perfect spot near the leafy London plane trees that Midtown Manhattan locals love. Key phrase 4. Where do locals actually sit and read? Where do locals actually sit and read? Perfect. A super useful phrase at any packed green park in New York City. Asking where locals actually sit and read. Instead of just, where can I go? Get you the warm quiet corner near the reading room, the leafy bench just behind the Fountain Terrace, the perfect spot for your Bryant Park afternoon. Simple, friendly, and works at every park in Manhattan and beyond. Key phrase 5. What's the best park classic to try? What's the best park classic to try? Wonderful. Use this with a friendly older worker near the outdoor reading room at Bryant Park. The park has layers. The wide green lawn, the Fountain Terrace, the historic Carrousel, the Bryant Park Grill, the Bank of America Winter Village ice rink in winter. Asking this tiny question turns a friendly worker into your personal Bryant Park afternoon planner. One small question, a whole hour of insider tips along the warm stone paths of Bryant Park. These 5 phrases are gold for Bryant Park. And for any park, garden, or library plaza in the world. Now let us see Hannah use them at Bryant Park. Alright. Hannah has just stepped through the leafy gates of Bryant Park on 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street in Midtown Manhattan, the warm afternoon light wrapping around her instantly. The bright warm park glows softly around her. The wide green lawn stretching wide and full beneath the warm sun, the quiet reading chairs scattered softly across the warm stone paths, the leafy London plane trees swaying gently overhead, the Fountain Terrace glowing softly in the warm afternoon light, the gentle music of Carrousel drifting softly across the wide green lawn, the warm wide stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill glowing softly behind the green lawn, the warm marble back wall of the New York Public Library glowing softly. Behind the park, friendly Midtown locals stretched out softly across the wide green lawn. Right by the leafy 6th Avenue gate just inside Bryant Park stands David. A friendly Italian-American man in his late 50s with warm tan skin, short salt and pepper hair, kind eyes, and an easy welcoming smile, wearing a plain green short-sleeved park worker polo under a plain green park worker vest, his hands resting easily near a small stack of plain folded park maps, looking up with a warm patient smile as Hannah steps into the park.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Wow, this is my first time at Bryant Park. This place is incredible.
Welcome to Bryant Park. You picked a great moment. The lunch crowd thinned out about half an hour ago, perfect afternoon on the green lawn. Is this your very first afternoon in Midtown Manhattan?
Yes. I just rode the subway up from the Lower East Side. What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park?
Great question. Here at Bryant Park, the very first thing every visitor should do is walk slowly along the warm stone paths beneath the leafy London plane trees and just look. The wide green lawn glowing softly, the quiet reading chairs scattered across the warm stone paths, the Fountain Terrace glowing softly in the warm afternoon light, the gentle music of Lou Carrousel drifting softly, the warm white stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill, the outdoor reading room tucked softly along the warm path. Take a slow breath. Look at the green lawn. Then walk over to the Fountain Terrace when you're ready. The park workers there know every quiet corner in the whole park.
Wow, the London plane trees. And the reading room. Is it really an outdoor library?
You got it. The outdoor reading room at Bryant Park is open every warm afternoon. Free books, free magazines, free newspapers, leafy shade under the London plane trees. Locals have been reading on this green lawn behind the New York Public Library since the 1980s. Meet me at Bryant Park for a quiet read. That line means home to every Midtown local. That's the heart of Bryant Park.
That sounds amazing. Should I head to the Fountain Terrace next?
Absolutely. And one more tip. My buddy James is working the Fountain Terrace this afternoon. 25 years working Bryant Park. Tell him David at the gate sent you. He knows every quiet corner in the park since the early 2000s. He'll find you the best quiet reading spot in the whole park.
Wow, thank you so much, David. You just turned the Bryant Park gate into my whole orientation.
That's what we do here. Welcome to Bryant Park. And welcome to Midtown Manhattan.
Wonderful, Hannah. Look at how she started. Hi. Sorry to bother you. Wow, this is my first time at Bryant Park. This place is incredible. 3 tiny ideas, but they do so much work. Sorry to bother you plus first time plus a real compliment about Bryant Park. That's a magic combo at any park in the world. David instantly wanted to help. Then the big one. What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park? Notice. She did not say. What should I do? Or where do I go? She asked specifically about the best way to enjoy Bryant Park. Those exact words turned David from a quiet gate worker into her personal Bryant Park orientation guide. Also notice. Hannah asked a beautiful follow-up question. And the reading room. Is it really an outdoor library? That tiny question gave her the 1980s story, the meet me at Bryant Park for a quiet read tradition, the heart of the outdoor reading room, and a personal recommendation to find James at the Fountain Terrace. 1 question is good. 2 questions turn a park worker into a guide. Use these phrases anywhere. At a park, at a garden, at a library plaza, at Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, anywhere in the world. Politeness plus asking about the best way to enjoy with real curiosity equals friends and incredible local tips. Hannah walks a few steps from the leafy 6th Avenue gate of Bryant Park across the warm stone paths, the warm afternoon light wrapping around her, past the Leafy London plane trees swaying gently overhead, toward the Fountain Terrace at the heart of the park. The green park hums warmly with the soft echo of footsteps on the warm stone paths, gentle Midtown chatter, and the soft music of Le Carrousel drifting softly across the wide green lawn. High above the Fountain Terrace, the warm afternoon sun glows softly across the wide green lawn of Bryant Park, the quiet reading chairs glowing softly under the warm light. At the Fountain Terrace, James, a friendly veteran park worker in his 50s with kind eyes, warm olive skin, dark hair lightly graying at the temples, and a calm welcoming smile, wearing a plain green short-sleeved park worker polo under a plain green park worker vest, stands with one hand resting easily on the warm stone edge of the Fountain Terrace, the gentle splash of the fountain drifting softly behind him, looking up with a warm patient smile.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. David at the gate sent me over. He said you're the man for the best quiet spots in Bryant Park.
Ah, David. Of course he did. He sends all the first-timers over to the Fountain Terrace. Welcome to Bryant Park. What can I do for you?
James, could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park?
Oh, with pleasure. Easy answer. Grab a green folding chair from the warm stone path, carry it softly toward the leafy London plane trees behind the Fountain Terrace, and set it down right at the quiet corner facing the wide green lawn. Soft shade, gentle breeze, the warm marble back wall of the New York Public Library behind you, Le Carrousel music drifting softly. That's the best quiet reading spot in Bryant Park. Locals have been reading there since the 1990s.
That sounds magical. And could you recommend the perfect afternoon pairing?
Now that's the right question. With a quiet reading chair, grab a warm coffee from one of the small kiosks along the warm stone path. Then a small snack from the Bryant Park Grill terrace if you want something warm. There's a famous combo every Midtown local loves. Quiet chair, warm coffee, leafy London plane trees. Right here at the Fountain Terrace. That's the perfect Bryant Park afternoon pairing.
That sounds incredible. How long have you been working at Bryant Park?
25 years. Started right here at the Fountain Terrace when I was younger. Same wide green lawn. Same quiet reading chairs. Same leafy London plane trees. The faces drifting across the warm stone paths change, but Bryant Park stays the same. That's why we love it on 6th Avenue.
Wow, James, where do locals actually sit and read?
Right beneath the leafy London plane trees along the warm stone path behind the Fountain Terrace. Carry your chair softly, find your spot, open your book slowly. Watch the Midtown afternoon drift by. That's the Bryant Park way.
Thank you so much, James.
Head to the warm leafy corner near the outdoor reading room. My buddy Robert is working that corner today. Older gentleman, very kind. Tell him James sent you.
Amazing. Look at what just happened at the Fountain Terrace of Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan. Hannah did not just get a chair. She got the whole story of the park. The best quiet reading spot beneath the leafy London plane trees, the perfect afternoon pairing with warm coffee and a small snack from the Bryant Park Grill, the 1990s tradition, the 25 years at the Fountain Terrace. And a personal introduction to Robert at the outdoor reading room. Why did the magic phrase work so well? Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park? Let us break it down. Could you recommend Equals polite. Soft, open, friendly. James relaxed instantly. The best quiet reading spot. Equals specific. You are asking for the best quiet reading spot, not just any chair. Quiet reading spot makes James smile. You are not asking for the obvious things, you are asking like a real local. In the whole park. Equals grounded. You are showing you trust James's daily knowledge of every corner of Bryant Park. Also notice. Hannah mentioned. David at the gate sent me over. That tiny phrase is golden at a packed park. It tells James. Hey, I'm already part of the Bryant Park family. Suddenly the whole park is on your team. And the simple line. Where do locals actually sit and read? Confident, soft, polite. A small open question is the gentlest way to invite a whole Midtown Manhattan afternoon ritual. Use these reactions everywhere in Manhattan and beyond. Hannah walks the warm stone paths of Bryant Park from the Fountain Terrace toward the warm leafy corner near the outdoor reading room, the warm afternoon light softening as she moves past the Leafy London plane trees. The warm leafy corner of Bryant Park glows softly with warm afternoon light, the outdoor reading room tucked softly along the warm stone path, the gentle music of Carrousel drifting softly behind her. Right by the outdoor reading room of Bryant Park, in a warm leafy corner of the park, stands Robert. A friendly older Bryant Park worker in his 60s with kind eyes, neatly combed silver hair, warm fair skin, and a wide easy smile, wearing a plain green short-sleeved park worker polo under a plain green park worker vest, gently arranging a small stack of plain park brochures beside a soft rack of free magazines, a few other Midtown locals drifting softly through the warm leafy corner of the park.
Hi. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. James at the Fountain Terrace sent me over. This is my first afternoon at Bryant Park and he said you're the man for the reading room tips.
James sent you? Then welcome to Bryant Park. 30 years working this corner of the park, and a first-timer at the reading room is still my favorite kind of guest. What can I do for you?
Robert. What's the best park classic to try?
Beautiful question. Okay. Here's how locals enjoy an afternoon at Bryant Park. First, always a green folding chair beneath the leafy London plane trees. Quiet shade, gentle breeze, a good book from the outdoor reading room. Then, if you want a real Midtown afternoon, take a slow ride on the historic Carrousel near the warm stone path. Then a warm coffee from one of the small kiosks. Then, for after, a small snack at the warm wide stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill. That's a perfect Bryant Park afternoon.
That sounds magical, Robert. Is Bryant Park always this lively?
Pretty much. Bryant Park is the beating heart of Midtown Manhattan on 6th Avenue. Neighborhood regulars, tourists with cameras, families with kids, Midtown office workers on their lunch break, locals who've been coming since the 1990s. And in winter, the wide green lawn becomes the Bank of America Winter Village ice rink. Pure holiday magic. That's why Bryant Park stays warm and busy all year long.
Wow. Where do locals actually sit and read?
Most warm afternoons, locals drift right toward the leafy corner beneath the London plane trees between the Fountain Terrace and the outdoor reading room. Some open a quiet book. Some sip a warm coffee. Some just listen to Carrousel drift softly across the lawn. That leafy corner is the warm parlor of Bryant Park. The perfect quiet reading spot just steps from the Fountain Terrace.
That's amazing. What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park?
Great question. Walk slow. Stand near the Fountain Terrace. Listen to Carrousel drift softly. Carry a green folding chair beneath the leafy London plane trees. Grab a free book from the outdoor reading room. Sip a warm coffee. Step into the warm white stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill for a small snack. Don't rush. Don't take photos for 10 whole minutes. Just sit and read. That's the Bryant Park way.
Wow, Robert. Thank you so much. You just made my whole afternoon at Bryant Park.
Walk slow, read slow, and come back to Bryant Park anytime. Every afternoon on 6th Avenue is a different New York story.
Wonderful. Hannah just stepped into one of the most iconic green parks in all of Midtown Manhattan. Bryant Park on 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street, right behind the New York Public Library. And used 5 tiny, polite phrases to find the best quiet reading spot in the whole park, the perfect afternoon pairing with warm coffee and the Bryant Park Grill, and a personal afternoon plan from Robert at the outdoor reading room. Notice. The biggest phrase of the day was, "Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park?" It worked perfectly with James at the Fountain Terrace. The words, "the best quiet reading spot in the whole park," are the secret. They work at any park, any garden, any library plaza, anywhere in the world. Politeness plus asking for the best quiet reading spot in the whole park equals friendly park workers turn into guides, friends, and personal afternoon leaders. At Bryant Park, in Midtown Manhattan, in any city, in any country. Okay. Now it is quiz time. Quiz time. When Hannah walked up to the Fountain Terrace of Bryant Park, she could have just said, "Where can I sit?" Or is anywhere free? Instead, she used one little phrase that turned a packed green lawn into her personal Bryant Park afternoon and scored her the best quiet reading spot in the whole park. A green folding chair beneath the leafy London plane trees, warm coffee from the small kiosk, and the gentle music of Le Carrousel drifting softly across the wide green lawn. What was that magic phrase? A. Where can I sit? B. Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park? C. Is anywhere free? Write A, B, or C in the comments right now. I read every single comment and I will reply to let you know if you got it right. Amazing work today, everyone. Now you have 5 powerful phrases that will turn any green park and any friendly park worker anywhere in the world into a smooth, warm, beautiful moment. Could you recommend the best quiet reading spot in the whole park? What's the best way to enjoy Bryant Park? Could you recommend the perfect afternoon pairing? Where do locals actually sit and read? What's the best park classic to try? Remember, Bryant Park on 6th Avenue between 40th Street and 42nd Street in Midtown Manhattan, right behind the New York Public Library, has been the green heart of Midtown for decades. The wide green lawn, the quiet reading chairs, the leafy London plane trees, the Fountain Terrace, the outdoor reading room, the historic Le Carrousel, the warm wide stone terrace of the Bryant Park Grill, the Bank of America Winter Village ice rink in winter. With these 5 phrases, you don't just visit Bryant Park. You become part of the story of Midtown Manhattan. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to Easy English with Emma. It seriously means the world to me. And next time, Hannah is going to walk over from Bryant Park to the famous yellow Halal Guys food cart on 53rd Street and 6th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan. The legendary Egyptian-American halal food cart on the corner of 53rd Street and 6th Avenue, world famous since 1990 for its warm chicken and rice platters, its juicy gyro, its soft warm pita, its legendary white sauce, its famous red hot sauce, its long line of locals and tourists wrapping softly around the corner, and the warm cinematic Midtown Manhattan street food atmosphere that has made Halal Guys one of the most iconic food carts in all of New York City. Wait till you hear the one polite phrase Hannah uses with a friendly Halal Guys worker that turns a packed food cart line into her personal Halal Guys dinner tour and scores her the legendary chicken and rice platter of the night. Warm chicken over yellow rice, soft warm pita, smooth white sauce, just a touch of the famous red hot sauce. You will use this exact phrase the next time you want the best plate at any food cart, anywhere in the world. See you next time. Bye bye.